Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. I'm Brian, your gluten-sensitive representative. Today I've got an unboxing. It's a bigger package for a fairly small knife, funny enough. So, not always having this one on me. Sometimes I have the Petit, but this time I have this unboxing knife from Ev over at Knife Ninja EDC. Still love it. Still strapped up, razor sharp, dapper design. Check it out. They have them in stock as of the recording of this video, which is September 29th. So you can see how long it takes me to get videos up. Let's dive on in. This is by way of GP Knives. At the time of this recording, they actually have other variants of this knife in stock. Really cool. So if you like the knife, I'd hit them up. So we got a bunch of packing peanuts. We have this sticker. GP Knives. Cool little, looks like some sort of ProTech. I know the one, like a operator or something. Halloween theme, cool. Let's take this off screen. I see some address information on there. Cool. All right, so in this big box, of course I throw it on there. I will edit that out. Is this smaller box, which makes more sense for this tiny little knife. All right, let's open this up. This is oddly difficult. Here's the knife. See what I mean? Kind of small. So we have TBC knives. That's Trevor Burger Custom Knives. Distinguished quality. Certificate of origin. So this is the Urban. We're looking at an M390 blade. Full titanium frame. Titanium hardware, spacer and clip. A ceramic pivot and detent. Batch number 23, that refers to the year, I assume. O2, maybe G. Very cool. So, let's open her up. Trying to get better with these unboxings, showing the knife as quickly as possible. 3 minutes in, we got the knife, not bad. Real quick, the case, simple zipper case on the outside. On the inside, microfiber, plush, like that's real nice actually. And then you have the knife. Oh man, I've wanted a Trevor Burger Urban for a long time. The LC came out, that's a production version of it. And it was taking a bit long, I think, for Urban EDC Supply, I believe, is who makes that, hence the name. And Trevor Burger decided I'm gonna make a custom. So really cool. Right off the bat, we're talking a really light and small knife. Really cool. Custom pivot, that's cool. So this one is the blue anodized hardware kit. I liked it because it seemed fairly subtle, the blue. It's not crazy, right? Not super crazy blue. Just some pops of color. I like how all of the hardware, he even went as far as grinding down the end of the screw, polishing it, and then anodizing that. So I imagine the entire screw is anodized, but that's really cool to see. You know, that's that extra touch that you're going to see with a custom knife typically. So let's open her up. Oh, it is a stout detent. Ooh, what a pop. So I have handled one of these. Kev over at fantastic action. Kev over at Lefty EDC is the one who really turned me on to this knife. I thought they were cool looking, never pulled the trigger. And then I handled his and was like, yup, I need to have this because they're so good. Wow, it's like really smooth. The detent is way harder than I care for. I'm definitely going to be taking this knife apart, reducing lock bar tension, and all you do, for those of you that don't know, is you take the knife apart. Technically, you don't have to with this one. I don't know if you're gonna hit the the pocket clip, but technically all you're doing is pushing out. Now the steel lock bar insert acts as an over travel stop, so you can't push it out past there. So yes, this is something I'll take apart. You just push that lock bar over ever so slightly and reduce the amount of pressure applied by the lock bar. And that's how you can kind of tune your detent. I'll be doing that one for this one because I can't even do the over the top index flip. Maybe if I have two hands. Whew, man, oh man, that was dangerous. But yeah, lock bar pressure is definitely, the detent is way too strong on this thing. If that's how this is going to be and I can't tune that out, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do something with it. You can middle finger flake it nice and easy. That's awesome. Wow, really easy. So that's one of the things that I was drawn to about this knife, was it's a really nice hollow grind, fairly thin behind the edge. It does, you can feel it just go down. Awesome. Like right here is where it kind of gets to its thinnest. It's a full hollow grind. I love seeing that. What's nice about that is it offers a little bit of purchase for you to middle finger flick off of. So it's actually a great knife for middle finger flicking for that reason. Now, I did receive a comment on Instagram that the pocket clip is not great. And then I received another comment that, no, I'm perfectly fine with it. I can definitely see why that may be an issue. There's a good amount of pocket clip touching the scale. So there's a good bit of surface area there in contact with each other, which would cause it to be difficult in and out of pocket. That could get caught on the hem of your pants or whatnot, right? So being someone that typically is wearing jeans, I could see that being an issue. It's fairly deep carry. I like that. So all the way up to there, not much of the knife poking out. I'm totally fine with that. Right? That's what's going to be showing. That's nice. You have the incorporated lanyard loop into the, or yeah, where you would put a lanyard into that back spacer. It's okay. But yeah, I think overall, really, really nice. So he chamfers the edge all around, as you can see. That's really nice. On both sides, he's doing that. Gets decently thin for the lock bar, so you can see lock bar is not difficult to get to. He's got some decent access to it, so you can see, you're not going to see it there, but he carves it out. It's a steep carve out. I like seeing that. And then slightly there so you can get easy purchase. So moving it over isn't difficult, but yeah, that flies out. I think I'll let it work in for a couple days before I actually take it apart and mess with anything. Let's see. Centering is spot on. Really easy to pull out. Good that way. No lateral or vertical blade play. Lockup looks fantastic. Let's give that a little. Yep. No problem with lockup. No lock stick. It's a really, really great knife. I can tell that I'm really going to like it. So long as I can get that detent worked out a little bit. It might just be that it needs to have a good couple flips open and shut. The jimping is kind of sharp, I'm able to see, and again, that might be the lock bar. But no, those are sharp jimps. So you can see he's doing that by hand, which is really cool. So not every single one is perfect. There we go, a bit better of a view. No, they look pretty darn perfect, but he is doing that by hand. That's fantastic to see. So they're fairly sharp. You can see they're fairly deep cutouts, fairly thin. So it's really catching your finger nice and easy. I think that, coupled with the stout detent, makes it a bit, even sharper. So I'll mess with it. I'll talk to Trevor as well. I'll see if he has any recommendations, if he's comfortable with me doing what I'm intending to do with the lock bar. But overall, I really like this knife. I think it's executed really well. Cool ergonomic lines going throughout, so that typical drop off, and then an even steeper drop off. So it's a slight curve. So here it's fairly straight, and then right about there, it's going to drop off, and then a steep drop off. The chamfers all feel good. I could see most any hand fitting this knife. I have a smaller hand. I'm a medium-sized glove, but I'm on the smaller side of the medium. But I believe Kev, again over at Lefty EDC, has a large, or he wears a large size glove, and he's fine with it. Kevin over at Knife Nerdery as well, many Kevs, right? He is in love with his knife. He did mention to me that the lock bar or the detent was a bit stout on his as well. So I think that might just be something that I mess with, knowing that it is an issue, but I'll talk to Trevor, see what he says too. I'm not really against having to do that. There's not many knives I'm not going to do that for. I don't mind if it's custom or not, but I do want to be able to, no fingers on the lock bar. The clip isn't applying pressure there. I do want to be able to do that index over the top flip and not have it be so sharp as well. And you can see, it is pretty stout. Yeah, it's a strong detent, but I'll mess with it. Like I said, really cool knife overall. Glad to be able to share this one with you guys. The Trevor Burger Urban, not to be confused with the Trevor Burger Urban LC, which is the production version from Urban EDC, or Urban Supply EDC. A quick size comparison. We have the Quiet Carry Waypoint. This is a 3.25 inch blade. You can see this is a 3-inch blade, so a good bit smaller. And to throw a custom in there, this is botch that one, of course. This is a custom, which I did an unboxing for that I haven't released just yet. At the time I released this video, it might be up though. This is a Stefan Espy Skyla. So really cool custom from France that I just got in. Whew, man, I'm loving this knife. Really gorgeous lines on it. But anyway, this is 3¼ inch blade. And another French custom, just because I've had it on me today. The Philippe Georget FIF 20. 3½ inch blade, so substantially bigger than everything else on the table. It's one of the only 3½ inch blades I think I have, and it ain't going nowhere. I love this thing. So that's the quick size comparison. I'll leave it at that, guys. Trevor Burger Custom Urban. Really, really dig it. I'll have a review up later on. This, I think, is going to be a nice little user that I carry often. Oh, man, botching the deployment. But really, really dig it so far. I'll let you guys know how I make out with the detent and if that's something easily adjusted, yada yada. So there it is, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Leave a comment what you think. Would you mess with the lock bar? Is that not something that you're going to do? Or is that something, you know, it's a tool. Take it apart, do with it what you will, right? Let me know in the comments. Till then, guys, have a good day.